Hey everybody, what's going on? Greg Medford, Medford Knife, MKTUSA. Thought I would do a little live video with you, minus all the hubbub that goes along with the studio. Just say hi to you. I was just on the news with the local Fox News affiliate, Fox 10 in Phoenix, their morning show, and Corey McCloskey was here, I think's his name. And it was kind of I don't know, I'm sure most of you have been on the news at one point or the other in your life. What's going on, fellas? It was, it's always nice having those folks come in. Let me see if maybe I can. I was going to see if I could flip the camera around, but I don't know how to flip the camera around. Maybe. No, don't know what to do. All right, it's okay. So I had my FJB hat on. Craig, maybe. Thinking about it. I had my FJB hat on. So here's what happens. I did an interview with Carrie Lake on my podcast, who's running for governor. She was actually a Fox newscaster, anchor woman for like 27 years. And she's decided to run for governor. And, there's all sorts of doubts you have about people who come from the press who run for office. But her when I've asked her about it, her response is very similar to mine. I mean, I was pretty pro-America conservative. And then the Trump presidency and what the press did during that period made me sick to my stomach. And not the presidency, what happened to the president during his presidency and how he was represented in public made me sick to my stomach. So I've always been pretty politically conscious and aware, and it just got to a new kind of hyper level. Well, I interviewed Carrie, and if you want to go check that out, it's here on our YouTube channel. It's also over on Spotify and working its way over to iTunes on a podcast. So the Fox News affiliate says they saw our interview, and they want to come out and do a story on the shop. So it's some local marketing for the company. What am I going to do? Say no? So they come out, and I figure it's Fox News. Great. We'll have them out. They show up. They're real nice. And, of course, it's like everything else. I've got this story here. You guys have seen us. It's a story with a lot of detail to tell. People who hear our story, their jaws drop and they think it's really cool and they're enamored with the whole thing and they say it's this really cool American dream moment, and it is. I feel very blessed. And of course, the news shows up and they want to cover it in 3 minutes. So in all fairness to them, they gave me 2 3-minute segments. And they want me to tell about the whole company in 6 minutes. So I put out some knives. We do our little walk through the shop as best we can through the kind of interesting, most visually interesting parts. And as we get ready to start, I'm standing here like this and wearing my hat. And it says, "Get in, loser, we're doing some freedom shit." Now, you can barely read the damn shirt because of the script it's in. But it's got the word shit down here. Now, I didn't think that we're going to have all that in there, and I didn't think the FCC would get worked up about it. And Jeff and I, we just reread what the FCC says, And it doesn't say anything about stuff like this on T-shirts. What's going on is they said you can't wear the shirt. That was the way and I should have canceled the whole thing. So instead of canceling it, I got one of our little Trump stickers. It's our logo with the Trump hair on it. And I stuck it right across the shit part. So I had a little Trump with my logo on it. And then we did the first segment, and they're always surprised. They think I'm going to be some stiff business owner that's very unnatural in front of the camera. And then, wait a minute. I feel for you, Greg. You got lied to. So did many Americans. At this point, you're ruining your reputation. Oh, so I said, well, we did the bit, and I could tell he was excited afterwards because I'm animated and I'm comfortable in front of the camera. But I kind of had some disdain, but I was giving him the benefit. A nice guy, and we're talking, and he wants to be. He talks like he wants to be one of the fellas, and he's one of us who believes like liberty kind of guys. Then he comes back from his earpiece. He's like, "Yeah, they need you to change your hat." And I go, "My FJB hat? My Friends of Joe Biden hat? Really? That's what they want me to get rid of?" So I put a little Trump face over the F. Just a little Trump sticker. I put that over there. So Fox News, and the thing is like, it's not illegal to say FJB. That's not crude. It doesn't violate any morality standards. They put stuff on TV about gay sex and transsexual lifestyle and trans sex, and they put stuff about there's rape portrayed, and there's murder portrayed, and there's shooting portrayed on television all the time. And they do these crime series which cover all sorts of heinous stuff. And the producer at Fox was shooting down FJB. So this is Fox News that's quote unquote kind of friendly to the right. And this is the way they're acting. So they get me on to do a thing. I've got this, Getting Loser, we're doing some freedom shit with the George Washington on it. And they come right out of the gate censoring that. Then the hat, they censored the hat. Now, I wasn't even saying anything inappropriate. It wasn't even about politics. It was just showing them about the company. And it's just amazing. The FCC doesn't care if it says FJB on it. Because there are news segments where they talk about people saying, "Let's go Brandon" all the time. FJB, the fuck Joe Biden movement. It's being said out loud at stadiums, so loud you can't deny it. Anyways, I find it hypocritical. It kind of made me sick to my stomach. And I wasn't doing anything out of line. I was very genteel with them, and they were just censoring me right away. It's from the get-go censorship. What I could see going on is we did a little quick teaser, and then callers call in. And then the producer reacts to callers calling in live. So they're like, "Hey, someone's complaining about that." I'm like, "What?" So I gotta put tape over that. And then someone's complaining about your hat. And I'm like, let them complain. It's okay. It's okay to complain. It's okay to say you don't like something. They're watching and calling in. It's okay. I don't work for the company. FJB, they got to censor that. So the local Fox 10 affiliate in Arizona is censoring. They're censoring everybody. Now I could tell they were like, they were like, oh, he's like really apologetic, and he was embarrassed to censor me because he said, "You guys are a bunch of pirates here. You're on an island and you do what you want and say what you want." I'm like, "That's just it's America. What do you mean do what you want, say what? We don't break any rules. We follow all the rules. We follow the laws." He made a joke to one of my new employees. Great young guy I hired. He's my first DACA hire. And he came to me and he wanted the job and he had some concerns, and I talked to him and I said, "No problem, man." He says, "I got some concerns with the INS. They've not been following through on my paperwork." I said, "Just show me you've applied. Show me that you're doing the paperwork." He's got an attorney. He's born here in the U.S. I said, "It's okay, man." I go, "Just show me that it's in process." And I go, "If the government comes to say anything, they can fuck right off too. Don't worry. It's okay. We're going to take care of you. You're here working, doing a good job. That's as American as it gets." The guy says, walks in, he goes, and he was making sure no gang signs were to be thrown. Now, I don't know if he was joking, but they were censoring me, telling me what not to do. Then he met the guys, and I said, yeah, it's my first DACA hire. And we're very friendly about it. I hired the guy, I love him. He's a great addition to the team. He's a good guy, good American who doesn't have his papers yet and who's been here since he was born. You want to have an argument for DACA, there it is. And the guy says to him, hey, no gang signs, okay? Then he turns to Casey, who's a lily white, cracker white like I am, and says, I'm talking to you. And we were all like, was he joking? So he walks out of the room and all the guys were like, what the fuck just happened? Did he just tell our Mexican guy not to throw gang signs? I mean, it was fucking fantastic. Now, we thought it was fucking funny. And I said to him, I go, that's the most racist thing I've heard in months. Like weeks, I said, something like that. So as the second segment comes up, they made me put a sticker over the F of J. Or they made me take the hat off. I said, I'm not taking the hat off. I said, I'll put a sticker over, or you cannot have a second segment. Fuck off. So I put the sticker on, and they said, he said, the producer's like, he's just doing stickers over it. And he goes, that's as good as it gets. So he knew I was, and you could see in my face, I was like, and then we're sitting there talking. He's like a regular dude. And he goes, hey. And he's all like happy guy on camera. Oh, my God. Like just so fucking TV cheesy. And then what happened is we're wrapping up the interview. We got through grinding and we got through heat treat. We made it into assembly. And while we're in assembly, I'm telling him about, how hard it is to train the guys, how much time it takes, how much craftsmanship's involved. He asked where we can get the products. I give the plug, medfordknife.com. You can go to our local. We've got some local dealers and dealers around the country, dealers around the world. And then I said, and remember, let's go, Brandon. And you would think I shit in his coffee. Now, he conducted himself well. He was a gentleman. The cameraman, as I was saying it, was yanking the camera off me. He started stuttering. They ended the segment. So if you're on Fox and you say, let's go, Brandon, it's apparently super duper offensive. Now, he handled it really well. I tell you, he was a nice guy. And you know what they should do? Instead of censoring people, they ought to have a conversation about it. How about, oh my God, I can't believe you dropped a LGB. Let's go, Brandon. I can't believe you, oh my God, an LGBTQ. I can't believe you dropped the Let's Go, Brandon quote at the end of the interview. Glad you made it. Hey guys, Greg Medford, the Tool, back at you, whatever her name is. Instead, they yank the camera off me and they have this awkward get off the air segment. And then he says, oh man, I can't believe you did it. And he says, well, at least you did it at the end. And I'm sitting there going, dude, you guys, all they want is to be relevant. They're irrelevant. All they would like to do is be relevant. And all they should do is be authentic. And they're phony. That's the news for you. So Fox was here. You know what? They're phony. Their happiness is phony. Their conversation is phony. We're on your side. No, we agree with you. Phony. They're fucking wokety wokesters. They say stuff and get in trouble for it because they're out in the public eye. They're scared of everybody's critique. They're scared of everybody's comment. They're scared of every call that comes in. They're reactionary. They're cowards. They're cowards. That's it. They're afraid. And they said it was the FCC. The FCC is not out there stopping FJB. The FCC doesn't care about it. That's not lewd. Or if there's a propensity for children to be watching daytime Fox News, there's a slightly different standard for them. That's not rude. Now, if we all know what it means, it's kind of an inside joke. But let's go, Brandon. Why are we censoring Let's Go, Brandon? Why are we censoring FJB? Why are we censoring some guy with a thing on his shirt? What gets said and done on TV is unbelievable. And they're worried about, let's do some freedom shit and a veteran wearing an FJB hat? I mean, are you kidding me? That's who's providing our news. Some scaredy cat producer. Some scaredy cat producer who uses it's the FCC as an excuse. It's unbelievable. I think you can go on Hulu to Fox News 10 local in Phoenix, and you can see it if you want. It's at the very end. And so what's happened is these folks, they get their communications degree from UCLA, or they get it from ASU, or they get it from some other university. And what they've gotten is a certification. We certify that you are now educated. We certify you. They get their diploma and it's certified. And then they get their license. And then they're certified by the government. And then they get their approval and they're board certified, or they're registered, or they're licensed, or their licensure will be held in review. Howard Stern did it for years. He pushed the edge and he was almost never pulled off the air. And the local news affiliates worried about FJB. They're not giving us the news, folks, at all. Now, I already know this. I still argue with people all the time. The people in my life that want to debate me and argue with me are still consuming their news through the mainstream media, which includes Fox. Now, Fox has a few people who say some stuff that some of us agree with. But for the most part, they are a bunch of spineless whores. Now, my email blew up this morning after the show with people shouting out, "Let's go Brandon for approval," or with approval. I got almost no negative comments, which is super rare. I'm used to getting negative comments because I see a plurality of people, and a plurality of people don't like a plurality of thought. I'll tell you right now, in 1776, the old world needed the new America. In 2022 and in 2024, the new world needs the old America.